Welcome to Pax Europiana, here from the Serbian government building in central Belgrade. I call for European Serbia. It's time for Serbia to be a full European democracy, to join the European Union in 2029, together with all partners, together with Ukraine, with the Republic of Kosovo, with Bosnia and with Georgia and Moldova. This will be a big important step for Serbia and a big important step for peace and for prosperity in all Europe. And that's important. For this to achieve, Serbia has to do certain things, and I call for them to be done now and fast. This is, of course, to join the EU sanctions against Russia for the Ukraine war, and also to recognize Kosovo, to adopt the euro in exchange. That's basically the reward. And then also to be fast-tracked into the European Union of EU37, together with all friends, Kosovo, Bosnia, Moldova, Georgia and Ukraine, and obviously Albania, Macedonia, Montenegro already in 2024, because they are in NATO and they are already joining the Ukraine sanctions, and they are very full of solidarity with Ukraine, and they are fully compliant with our foreign policy and more advanced in that European path than Serbia. So that's the basic battle plan here. And on the 24th of March 2022, 23 years after the liberation of the Balkans began by NATO, I hope that Serbia joins back to the West. This is also the historic place where Zoran Djindjic, the Prime Minister who was assassinated here on the 12th of March 2003, a very tragic day, he was shot here, and I will also honor his legacy. And I remind everybody, if he had lived and wouldn't have been killed, then Serbia would have recognized Kosovo and already be in European Union. It would be a total different, much better European Balkans, and his loss is a big tragedy, and we should never forget this terrible deed which happened here on the 12th of March 2003. Good. For European Serbia, we have to focus on that one. For Zoran Djindjic, I will make a separate video. I want to make sure that Serbia returns to the West. That's his legacy. That's basically the inheritance of Zoran Djindjic, and we should honor that one and make sure that on the 3rd of April, people don't vote for Vučić, vote for the West, vote for European Serbia, and join the Western world again, like it would have been if Zoran Djindjic had lived. And thanks a lot for that. I will make another video now. Follow me on my tour for Belgrade, the 23rd anniversary of the start of NATO liberation of the Balkans. This is a very important step. I understand many here in Belgrade are still thinking that was an attack on Belgrade. It was not. It was the justified bombing into the end of the genocidal campaign, and I think we have to also work a little bit here in order to change the perception of what happened in '99, because the crimes of the past with Serbia seems to be forgotten, but the NATO bombing campaign is kept alive by Mr. Vučić and his acolytes. This is of course completely wrong. We have to also change this narrative here, otherwise Serbia cannot join the European Union. That is clear, because we are not different than NATO. We are actually one. There's just some countries which are unfortunately not still member, but they all will be, and it's time to get the things right, and to, of course, you cannot change the past, but to overcome the shadows and ghosts of the past here at this important place. That's what I call for. Thanks a lot. For European Serbia, join the EU, recognize Kosovo, let Bosnia in NATO and Kosovo in NATO and in the EU, and also support Ukraine in need. You will join the EU together with Ukraine, Moldova and Georgia, or I think there will be no way to join otherwise. Good. For European Serbia. Bye.